Um, Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshua, Bashim, Karkadas, double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, as I teach you, I can teach all true sincerity. Salakia, it cut off. But the point is, we're groaning also in ourselves, because we're waiting patiently to be changed from these vile, corruptible bodies to immortal, incorruptible bodies, where we'll be immortal instead of mortal, because we're mortal now. That mortal means we can die, but soon, Lord willing, for a part of that number, part of the election of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, we shall be changed and delivered into a new body, into the chariots of Israel, and you know, become immortal and never go off again. But I'm gonna go to Proverbs again. This is Proverbs 28, verse 12. It's Proverbs 28, verse 12. It says, "When the righteous man do right, Shalakia, when righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden." Yeah. So when the righteous, do right, rejoice, there's great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Yeah. So, right now we're basically you know while the wicked is in rulership, um you know you know we're basically while the wicked is in rulership, the everything is in mourning. um we're experiencing uh and being in a lower state, um because once we're what's the word, delivered from these chains of darkness and put into those uh immortal bodies, uh we will um will be known throughout the earth, like the scriptures say. Um we will be given fame, and every land we will put to shame. um um you know that's the men of the Lord, the prophets, that have been hidden, or that have been considered abominable to the world. you know Sooner or later this world is going to love us, even though they're going to love us sooner or later, because the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be like the celebrities in the kingdom. Like the celebrities on this side, they're getting great fame, great riches. The elect are going to be given fame that's going to be so far, that's going to basically that's going to surpass the fame that these wicked celebrities get on this side. It's going to surpass Michael Jackson's fame. It's going to surpass the Beatles' fame. The fame that we get, we're not even going to have to lift a finger. Lord will, if I'm part of that number. Those men who are part of the elect, they're not going to have to lift a finger to receive praise. When they enter a particular town or a particular region. The moment they get off the chariot, they're gonna receive praise and honor and gratitude and a lot of glory. You know. But anyway, this is Proverbs 28 verse 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. So when Esau is brought down from rulership, um, the righteous are going to increase. Um, because like the scriptures say, righteousness shall dwell among you. Once Esau and the elites are taken out of rulership, righteousness is going to dwell upon the earth forever. You know, that's what's going to be established forever. The age of righteousness. You know, once the age of wickedness, Esau's rulership is completely, exterminated or abolished and is no more. Go to Proverbs 11 verse 10. This is Proverbs 11 verse 10 says, when it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoice, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. Yeah, so when Esau actually perished, from rulership, um, it's gonna be, shouting of praise and hip hip hooray, his rulership no more, um, and they're gonna rejoice that the, the true kings and the true kings and royal people are brought back to um, the rulership seat. You know, um, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 14 and 7. It's Isaiah 14:7 and says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the whole earth is going to bring forth into singing. The nature is going to sing. People are going to sing because Esau is taken out of rulership. It says, verse 8. Yeah, the fir tree rejoiceth at thee, and the cedars Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellers come up against us. And a feller is a particular person that cuts down trees for you know he used the trees for different uses, like building homes or building certain buildings with the wood. They cut down trees. Sometimes they cut down trees unnecessarily, which is wicked. You're gonna cut down trees unnecessarily for just cutting down trees to build your stupid malls and all that stuff. Because a lot of these places, a lot of these trees, that were cut down, they were cut down to build like different buildings for Esau's pleasure. You know, which that's going to be stopped. You're not going to, like, in the kingdom, we're not going to cut down something that's not going to be used for something. you know we so anyway, I'm going to Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. It's Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. It says, um behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power command me, that ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it. Eat therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have Yahweh so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is so great, that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? And that's Israel. Israel is that nation, and these laws, statutes, commandments are going to be the laws of the entire earth in the kingdom of heaven, and that's how we're going to govern the earth, with the laws, statutes, commandments. That's also how we're going to judge the nations. You know, and and that's how we're gonna righteously rule. Because we're gonna have the law, statutes, amendments in our inward parts of the nation. So we're gonna be, righteous judgments. We're not gonna judge after our own emotions. We're gonna judge righteously. And, when we judge, and we're gonna analyze everything um, when it comes down to enacting um, a proper judgment upon a proper individual according to a proper situation in the near future to come. You know. Anyway, this is go back to this is the last scripture. This is Isaiah 49 verse 13. It's Isaiah 49 verse 13. It says, "Sing, O heaven, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh has comforted his people and will have mercy upon his afflicted." Yeah, he's going to comfort Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, and those that are scattered amongst the nations. He's going to bring them back into the fold, and they're going to be changed into, immortal, um, beings, just like the rest of Israel is going to be. Because that's what this is all about. It's all about bringing back Israel, redeeming Israel, granting salvation, deliverance to Israel, and no other nation. All the other nations are going to go into captivity, and that's the way it's going to be. Anyway, I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to say all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakadash, the honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, citation, I teach all truth, sincerity, and shalom.